Hello and welcome everybody to another Aetherdrift Drift. I'm Paul Cheon, and today we are sitting in the single digits. That's right, we are rank number 6 here. We've been on a really big heater. We went back-to-back trophies, and why don't we go for a three-peat here and continue climbing the ranks? Maybe we can get to the top 3. That is the goal in this video. Now, before we head into this draft, just wanted to say that this video is brought to you by TCGplayer.com. Go to TCGplayer.com for all of your TCG singles and sealed product needs, whether you need some singles to round out your constructed decks or some booster boxes just to crack open some packs. Check out TCGplayer.com and make sure you click that affiliate link in the description below before you make any purchases. Also, make sure you check out HeavyPlay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. They're definitely the place to go to for all of your supplies and accessories needs. You need deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, life pads, and more. HeavyPlay.com is the place to go. HeavyPlay.com/paulcheon will get you 10% off your first order. Okay, what are we doing this time? We had a nice little cycling deck in the previous one. Is Arena telling me to go cycling again? Huh? Scrounging Skyray is obviously quite strong. Other than that, the commons here are wildly unplayable. Just kidding. Keen Buccaneer is okay. So is Maximum Overdrive. But here I'm looking at Ben Stiller and Ranger's Refueler as the options. Hour of Victory, also pretty nice as a Start Your Engines card. I actually don't know which one's better between Gas Guzzler and Hour of Victory. I do think they're both pretty good. But I do think the strongest card in a vacuum here is Ranger's Refueler. This is good in blue-white, blue-black, blue-green. It's just good in all of the blue decks. It's a little bit worse in blue-red, I guess, but it's still just a really, really good card that I'm happy to play in other decks, and I do like blue as a color. So let's take the Refueler here, noting that we are passing a couple of engine cards along with a good cycling payoff. Now, the thing with the cycling deck, and I've said this before, I like moving into the cycling deck when it's clearly open. If it is not, then I like just trying to draft a nice solid deck. For example, like there's a Thunderhead Gunner here, but I really need to see some of the signpost cards here for me to warrant, to justify taking the Thunderhead Gunner here. What I'm really considering here is honestly between Hour of Victory and Migrating Ketrodon. And, yeah, let's go with the Ketrodon. I do love drafting blue-green decks. This is also a fine splash card, but like I said, I just generally don't like being in red unless it's pretty clear that it's open. Let's pass this, and maybe the people that we're passing to end up in the Rakdos Start Your Engines deck, which I do believe is pretty solid, but I think you can never really go wrong with this kind of a start here. This is a really interesting pack because there's a lot of really solid cards. We have a couple of good white cards here in Broadcast Rambler and Ride's End. Keen Buccaneer is a very solid card to go with the Ranger's Refueler that we have. Engine Rat is also a really good card. So it's really hard to figure out what colors are open. There's also Migrating Ketrodon. And I know green is heavily contested, but given that we already took a Ketrodon, I do believe this is the best card in this pack in general. So I do think I want to just take the Ketrodon here and kind of see where things go. Can certainly see a world where I splash the Ranger's Refueler. Can also see a world where I do end up going in white-green, but I think I'm just going to take back-to-back green cards here and then just kind of play it by ear in terms of what I want to see next. Now we're looking at a pack where basically the only decent playable cards here are in black. I don't think a 4th pick Spectral Interference is an indication that blue is open, and noting that Ranger's Refueler was our first pick. So now I'm really looking at Carrion Cruiser versus Wreckage Wickerfolk in, potentially a black-green deck here. I really do like Wreckage Wickerfolk, but I also really like Carrion. I'm going to take the Carrion Cruiser. This just gives you a little more late game. I do like the Wreckage Wickerfolk a lot as well, but maybe if their mana is really, really good, I can see a world where we potentially splash the Carrion Cruiser, where you certainly can't do that with the Wreckage Wickerfolk. Moving on to this pack, we have Intimidation Tactics, just a bunch of middling cards. I think Venom Sac Legac's probably just the best card in this pack. Tactics is fine, Trip Up is kind of mediocre, and there's some red and white cards here, but not seeing like Lightning Strikes or other Thunderhead Gunners or a bunch of good red uncommons. So just taking the green card here and kind of seeing where things go. Noting that blue certainly doesn't seem super open. So we'll kind of see where to kind of take this draft. Now, that is a late Gastal Thrill Seeker. So Rakdos is potentially available here, but I'm going to take Wreckage Wickerfolk. It does look like Golgari is also a direction that we can go. I do like this more than Rise from the Wreck. I already have a Carrion Cruiser as a way to get things back out of my graveyard. Black definitely seems reasonably open here. We saw a pack with Engine Rat. We saw Wreckage Wickerfolk. And given that I have these green cards, I think it's just too tough to make the hard pivot into Rakdos. So I'd rather take the safer card in the Wreckage Wickerfolk and take it from there. So this is also showing like a really solid mana curve. Now this is really interesting because perhaps black-white is the place where we can pivot. Because taking a look at this pack, because blue is certainly not open, there is a Ride's End and an Embalmed Descendant. Now if I want to splash white, then Ride's End is better. But if I want to just move into black-white, Embalmed Descendant is better. The thing is, if I'm splashing, I think I'd rather splash Ranger's Refueler anyways. So let's take the let's speculate on the Embalmed Descendant here. Why don't we do that? Let's see what happens here. Just, you know, if somehow we just table the Broadcast Rambler, like white certainly seems to be a seat that we can end up in here as well, because green is obviously being contested. But here I will take the Chitin Gravestalker, totally fine card in a black-green shell. And wow, Hour of Victory tabling. That was a really good pack. Now, this is good specifically in black-white, but I think in green-black, Ooze Patrol is better. And yeah, this is an instance where green might be a little bit overdrafted, but I think it's worth fighting over, given our start. So I'm just going to take the Ooze Patrol here and just kind of lock it in here. And there's a Ride's End. Okay, white is certainly open. I'm going to just take this because we might just end up in green-white. I guess there's a world where that happens. So maybe I should have taken the Embalmed Descendant. I don't know, but let's just take it. Like, blue is just 1000% not open here. Let's hit the Crag just in case. Ooh. Scoured Barrens. That's a really interesting card to get last pick here for the potential splash. So yeah, I mean, do I wish that I had another Ride's End? Possibly, but these are all speculative cards. The cards that we're going to play here are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards here on the left. All right. Moving on to Pack 2, Pick 1, we have Momentum Breaker, Hazard of the Dunes, and Ooze Patrol as options. I think it's kind of close, given that we tabled the other Ooze Patrol and maybe nobody else is in Golgari. I like picking up the first copy of Hazard of the Dunes. It's just harder to replace, and this is also just a really solid body to play in your decks. So let's go ahead and take that and see where things go. Back on Track is a bomb in Golgari. I repeat, Back on Track is a bomb in Golgari. We have Migrating Ketrodons to cycle. Now if we pick up a Shafet Archfiend, or if we pick up Thundering Broodwagon, obviously that's going to be insane, but very happy to pick that up. Here, I do need some more cheap things. Greenbelt Guardian is a premium creature, so very happy to pick that up, and things are shaping up nicely here. If I get good mana fixing, I could maybe see a world where I consider splashing white, noting that Embalmed Descendant is not really the best splash card. But right now, it's like, how much exhaust do we have? We have 2. So, I mean, if I have enough interaction, I'd still probably rather splash the Refueler than the Ride's End. But we'll see where this goes. All right, kind of a weak pack here. Scrounging Skyray, huh? For the cycling deck. Gallon Strike is a decent interactive spell that you can splash, but I'm just going to take Beast Rider Vanguard. It's really important in the Golgari decks to have a lot of cheap creatures to play, because a lot of your cards care about number of creatures in your graveyard. We have Carrion Cruiser, Ooze Patrol, and Chitin Gravestalker. Now, one thing that this deck is really missing, that I would basically play any number of, is Pothole Mole. So if we can pick that, that is the 3-mana creature of choice for the deck. Because we have 4 2-drops, we have some top-end stuff. I would love to pick up some interaction and some Pothole Moles. Well. I guess I'm splashing blue. I don't care about this Chitin Gravestalker. River Churn Monument simply should not go Pack 2, Pick 5. We are probably going to splash these. I guess I'll put Refueler in my spell slot, or like, it's kind of like a 4-drop, whatever. We'll just put it here. All right, so let's look for some mana fixing now. If I can find a way to sometimes get 2 blue, that would be ideal. And you know what? This is the perfect pack for it. Let's take Desmo Backwater here. Deathless Pilot and Loxodon Surveyor are replacement level cards. Crash and Burn's fine, Scrap Compactor's fine, but I do think this is a really great opportunity to take Dismal Backwater just to make sure that it is important for me to be able to actually exhaust to be able to win the game with the River Churn Monument. Also, there's a little bit of cross synergy here as well because I can actually play the Monument and mill myself. And that actually ends up being relevant in these black-green decks here. Here we have Risky Shortcut, another Ride's End, but I don't think I want to splash white. I'm just going to take the Omnivore here just to have another 2-mana play. Just more creatures. Can't really go wrong with that. And now this is a pretty weak pack, so I'll take another Chitin Gravestalker. Don't love it, but it's filler level. Now I would really, really love some interaction. Runovers. Oh, there is the Ooze Patrol. I do think I still take that over Siphon Fuel. This just seems like an awesome Ooze Patrol deck. We have a ton of creatures, and so this thing is just going to be monstrous, and it's just going to fit the theme of this deck really well. Night Market pick 10. Yes, please. That is great. Love that. Give me some Pothole Moles. That's all I want. That's all I'm looking for. Some Pothole Moles and some Runovers. Risky Shortcut. I don't like that much in black-green. I'll play it if I have to. All right. What do we got? Well, there's a Stampeding Scurryfoot, so I think I'm going to take that. No removal spells, no interaction. This Ooze Patrol we're probably going to get on the wheel again. But Scurryfoot is very, very good. Much better than, I think, just splashing Roadside Blowout. Just a premium 1-drop. Also, another exhaust card to go with the Ranger's Refueler that we have here. All right, now we have an interesting choice. I do think, in general, Wreckage Wickerfolk is better than Wretched Doll. But I'm wondering if I should take something like a Starting Column here. It helps us ramp. I'm just going to take... I'm a sucker for Wreckage Wickerfolk. And I feel like Starting Column is a card you get a little bit later. So let's just take that. Because I'm a sucker for 2-drops. You should know this by now. I love 2-drops. And this helps fill up the graveyard immediately to go with the Ooze Patrols. It just kind of does everything. And boom, pack 3, pick 3, Broodheart Engine. Excellent pickup here as well. Get back some Ketrodons or put more things into my graveyard. Love to see that. I will say my spells aren't particularly strong. Like, I have a bunch of filler level creatures that work well together, but I have no removal. Okay, this is interesting. So now we have the choice between Hazard of the Dunes or Fanged Root Summoner, which gets us a Gibrick Omnivore. Huh. I actually don't know which one's better. If I had a Terrian, I think I would take this, but I feel like Hazard of the Dunes is just better. Like, I have the Ranger's Refueler. It's just a bigger body. Let me know what you think about that pick. I do think it's kind of close, though. Oh my gosh, that's a late spin out. I know there's an Engine Rat here, but an Engine Rat is quite good, but this deck needs a spin out badly. So very, very happy about that. Black clearly very open here. And now I will take the Engine Rat over Siphon Fuel. Just this card is excellent. Risen Necroregent I like in black-red, but I think in green-black it's not particularly strong. So I do think I want Engine Rat over Siphon Fuel here and Broken Wings. Just a really great body. Like, when you play this early, you trade it with anything, and then all of a sudden your Chitin Gravestalkers and your Ooze Patrols get better. So I do think that's a very good pickup here. And now there's a Jungle Hollow. Love to see that. Makes our mana even better for the blue splash here, which I can hopefully get going here. Don't like streaking Oil Gorger in this type of deck. I'll take Locust Spray, but I don't love this card. I'd rather not play it if I don't have to. White also very open. 9th pick, Ride's End, but I will take Ooze Patrol. We have so many 4-drops and the Starting Column tabled. And I do think I'm going to play that here just for mana fixing, just to make sure that I have enough blue here for my blue cards. I do feel like it's worth playing. I feel like this deck has a little bit of a difficult time closing out games, and I feel like it's really important to get the Ranger's Refueler going. Excuse me, the River Churn Monument going as an alternate way to close out games. Here, I don't care about the red splash. I don't have a red card here, right? Okay. Take a risky shortcut that I'm not going to play. Foul Road. How did I not get a single Pothole Mole? I feel like not a single one was opened in this draft, most likely. And I have no vehicles. I only have the Ranger's Refueler and the Carrion Cruiser, and no Pothole Moles to get it back. And I have 3 tap lands. So I don't feel like this is actually a good Foul Roads deck. And 2 islands seems about right here. 2 islands gives us 4, 5 blue sources, which I think is okay, but we got to make sure our other colors are good. We have 9 green sources, which I do love, and 5, 6, 7, 8 black sources. All right. You know, that's really good mana. I'm really glad that we got that night market on the wheel. Really liking this configuration overall. Certainly a 17 land deck plus starting column. I think I want to play all of that. Let's put Rangers Refueler kind of... Look, these cards are late game cards, obviously. We can't really consider them to be early plays, but I like this. High creature count. High creature count makes the Chitin Gravestalkers better. And the Ooze Patrols. Kind of just like everything here, and I think I like all of my spells here as well. Starting column, just an important way to, you know, fix my mana and also get to my expensive things. Back on track, still totally fine. I have these cards here that I can get back. You know, getting back Migrating Ketrodon is obviously still just always great to play on turn 5. I would have loved an Archfiend. That would have been really nice, but it is what it is. So given all of this, I think I want the column here for mana fixing. I like all of my spells. I like most of my top end. I think it comes down to like Chitin Gravestalker versus maybe a Gibrick Omnivore. Yeah, I think the Gibrick Omnivore can go. Usually that's a card that makes my cut, but I have 5 2-mana creatures and 2 1-mana creatures. So that should be enough here to kind of stall the early game and put enough pressure on my opponents. I have plenty of mana sinks here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I do love that as well. Rangers Refueler with 2, 3, 4 exhaust creatures as well. And then I can exhaust this. So really liking this configuration. Very solid. Would have loved to have a little more interaction. But we do have a couple of Death Touch creatures and a spin out, which we're going to have to be very, very careful with. Run over would have been pretty nice. I think we had a couple of options at Siphon Fuel, but one was an Engine Rat, and the other, I don't remember. It might have been like an Ooze Patrol, but I still think this deck is really solid, and let's see how this deck plays out. All right, now before round 1 starts, I just wanted to say that if you've been enjoying all of this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, I've got a Patreon. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Really huge shout out. Thank you so much to all the patrons here. Really appreciate all of your support. It truly means a lot and allows me to continue making this content. Access to the Patreon will give you access to my Discord channel along with special videos that I post for the Discord, for the Patreon only. So make sure you check it out. Once again, link in the description below. All right, how will this deck play out? God. Well, just needed like a couple of moles. Just a couple of moles. Is that too much to ask for? All right, I'm going to keep this Rangers Refueler. I can't really play for a while, but I do have this Engine Rat. Oh, just kidding. I can play it right away. I can play it right away, obviously. Well, you didn't think I can play this right away? All right, Broodheart Engine. Okay. Let's attack. Play a Refueler. Next turn, I can go Scurryfoot Cycle, potentially. And then crew and attack. They got rid of Ooze Patrol. Okay, filling up their graveyard. This is going to be, kind of tough. For sure. This is actually interesting. Because the reason why I say that this is interesting is because I am almost considering holding off on the Scurryfoot and playing it on turn 5. And just activating the Rangers Refueler next turn. And just play Jungle Hollow. I think I'm going to do that. I think that's just slightly better sequencing, and I'm going to pass here. See what they do. And if they kill my Rangers Refueler right away, then that's obviously not great. But I'm happy enough trading the Engine Rat here for the Lagak. Looks like they're splashing white. That is a common color to splash, because you can splash for removal and Dune Drifters, cards of that nature. All right, Ooze Patrol entering. All right, they're splashing Zahur. I will probably take... Okay, great. Sure. All right. So now we're just going to pass. See what they do. Draw a card off the Rangers Refueler. 4 cards in hand for the opponent. Ovia is the play from them, which I don't mind right now. But Ovia is very good in black-green because there's a lot of large monsters in the deck. But we're going to draw a lot of cards, and this is a very grindy matchup where every card you play is very, very important. But this is awesome for us. We get to draw a card off the Ranger's Refueler, right? Next turn we go Scurryfoot, draw another card, and then we go Migrating Ketrodon. So they could have run over here to kill my Refueler. And no attacks here, of course. Just gonna hang out. Yeah, this is awesome. I'm liking our spot, but of course, at any given point, like I've already lost to Ovia in the past. At any given point, I can just get completely blood. Like if they go Broodwagon here. Oh, it's just the Wreck Remover. Great. Although, with Ovia, all artifact creatures get that much better. 3 cards in hand for the opponent. Okay. It's aggressive. Oh. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. Ooze Patrol. I want to keep this around because I have other... Well, do I care anymore? I probably want it around. What is this, like maximum defend the rider? Sure. Alright, we took some damage. And we have a Dismal Backwater, which gives us the double blue for Riverchurn Monument for later. But this does feel like a good opportunity to just run out the Migrating Ketrodon. And then I think I want to attack here. If they kill this, I can still double block. So, yeah, let's attack for 3. What is going on? Okay, well, can't you do that at instant speed? Okay, I do not... The fact that they're attacking me with Lagak is kind of awkward. Like, I can just take 2. Okay. Like, what are you gonna do? Double? I guess if they can double block, but... Alright. Let's kill the Wreck Remover. The thing is, the more things I get in the yard, it's better for me. Just because I have the double Ooze Patrols. Which, I'm gonna still slow roll. Next turn, I can actually play double Ooze Patrol, depending on how they attack. We're gaining a bunch of life, too. Like, also, if they get a little, like... look at my board. What are you doing? They must have some big finish. Granted, they've only been on 5 lands, so they still have a bunch of spells. So we gotta be somewhat careful, of course. And we don't want to make any awful blocks. Collision Course, okay. Alright, these Ooze Patrols are going to be huge. Please, attack me again with the Lagak. Okay, Scurryfoot, sure. Well, my opponent plays only one way. They must have a maximum velocity. Alright. Well, I'm happy that we get... another Defender Rider? Okay. I guess that's why they're being so aggressive. Okay. So spin out is really, really nice. I don't really care... Like, if I kill this, I kind of prevent a 3-3 from being made, but I feel like there's a lot more upside in, at this point, in using spin out as like a big combat trick, or getting the Lagak out of the way. So let's play Ooze Patrol. 7-7. Let's play Ooze Patrol. 8-8. Alright. Time to saddle up and attack again! Don't do it, please! Don't do it! Oh my! You are insane! They're probably going to double block my 7/7. And then we just kill the Jaguar and then they get destroyed. Unless they drew another Defend the Rider. That's right. Okay. Yeah, I just don't understand why you attack with the Legak there. Like, you're facing a 7/7 and an 8/8. Just chill. But that was a game where the cards that we got from the Rangers Refueler were huge. That's a mid-range matchup. We're trading resources left and right. And it's just, I got a little bit more ahead with my cards. And that allowed me to kind of take over there. So what did the Ovia do that game? It put 2 counters on a Wreckage Remover. That was basically it, right? So, before we think it's just a slam dunk bomb, there are games where it doesn't go off. But of course, there are also games where it does. All right, sitting at rank 4, Nicole Bolas. We're getting pretty lucky with our colors, I will say. I'll keep this. I don't actually know what color land to lead with. Don't play Scurryfoot. Okay. All right. I don't care to run out the Monument right now. I would rather cycle Ketradon and just make sure I don't fall behind. Because, the Riverturn Monument does give you some inevitability. So, like, them being on the play and going 1-drop, 2-drop, and me not having a play is, I think, too painful. So I'd rather cycle the Ketradon and just see if I can play something. Now I missed, which is unfortunate, but hopefully this Carrion Cruiser, which will then, it does get me something back here. And this is certainly a game where, yeah, give me the Legak. I'm just not close to casting this yet, so. Transit May. This is a nice little curve. Good for you, Nico Bolas. Is this Nikolai Bolas? Nicol Bolas? Possession Engine? What the hell? I have no good answer for this, by the way. That's a problem. That is a problem. All right, let's just use our mana to the best of our abilities. If they kill this, then this gets cheaper. Okay, so I guess I take 2 from the Legak. I think they're just going to pass and Scurryfoot me. All right, there you go. Nothing. Interesting. Okay. So, could be a counterspell, so do need to be mindful of that. Ooh, this is annoying. Let's go with the Legak. All right. So I wanted to play the Hollow here because if they go Possession Engine this turn on the Hazard of the Dunes, which I think they will, then I get to play the Ketradon next turn. They're definitely taking Hazard of the Dunes. We'll crew up. And obviously I'm happy with whatever trades are available here. Block here, block here. Alright, I am at 11 life. 4 cards in hand for the opponent. They can't attack me with Hazard of the Dunes. I actually feel like it's probably pretty good here to just go Engine Rat and Chitin Gravestalker. Because this is a double spell opportunity. And then I can start getting the Monument going. Both of these cards trades with the Possession Engine. So it makes it harder for them to make a good attack with the Possession Engine. Alright, that is a good card for sure. Their deck is excellent, by the way. Excellent, excellent Simic deck, Bolas. I'm just going to mill them. I have enough stuff in my yard. Bike and a Carrion Cruiser. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6. Like Ketradon. Alright. We drew the blue source, by the way, which is great. Okay. 3 cards in yard for the for my opponent. So we are now fully on the Riverturn Monument plan here. And, you know, we have pretty good defenses set up here. So let's see what happens. Transit Mage and Ripclaw Wrangler. I'm just going to play everything that I draw. No attacks. We're just chilling. We are just chilling. 5/5 Trampler from my opponent's side. 4 cards in hand. 20 cards in library. Blue-green typically has trouble with this strategy. Just because they're not as... They're good at drawing cards and getting value, but they're not as good at closing out games. Okay. Alright, that's another blocker. These top decks are pretty nice, I will say. 7 cards in graveyard for the opponent. Okay. I don't know what they have. But, like, yeah, they just don't have good attacks, right? So, they could at some point have Broken Wings, I guess. But... Wow, their deck is... Look at the cards I'm milling! Minus the Wrangler. That's probably just to have another target for the double Transit Mage that they have. Ooze Patrol? Sure. This thing is gigantic as well. Alright, it's a 7/7. Alright, so we're just gonna get them now. We'll see how this goes. The thing is, even if they find a way to kill the Monument right now, like, they're gonna have to kill me in the top 12 cards, which may or may not happen. Like, I have a really good board established here. But obviously, I'm just hoping that they don't draw an answer to the Monument. Back on track, Spice Shell Harrier. Yep. Bouncing a token, I guess. Sure. So 9 cards in graveyard. Mill. – 11 cards in the graveyard. Alright, good luck. You have 1 card to beat me. They were all 3 colors, though, I think. Yeah. I will make all of the blocks. I'm at 15 life. I don't know if they have, like, a crazy overrun effect. Maybe they have a bounce off, I don't know. Even if they kill... There is no way they can kill everything. But it would be very impressive if I died here. Okay? So not blocking that one, because it has Death Touch, and they can give it Trample. Plow through. Okay. I mean, this still cannot be close to enough. Yeah. Yep. Riverturn Monument for the win. That one, props to the Monument, right? Because I feel like they had a better deck than we did. And basically we won because of the Monument. Because I had no way to break through. And that's the thing. These mirrors where you play against the Simic decks or other Golgari decks, oftentimes I'm just not going to be able to break through. And the Monument is the perfect mirror breaker. Okay, 2-0. Let's see, I got 2 islands. I do have the starting column, so I will keep. Obviously, a swamp off the top would be ideal, but I have exactly 2 islands in my deck. So this is not great. Oh, Grim Bobble? You meanie! Swamp off the top? Nope. Probably cycling this Ketrodon. Just feel like I want to develop my hand a little more, find a black source. And we did not, so we'll do this. And we drew the other Ketrodon, so that, glad we cycled, I guess. Grim Javelineer, I guess we take 3. Alright, land here would be good. Not ideal. This is kind of interesting, but I just don't have good blocks if I play the Wreckage Wickerfolk, so I'm going to play the Chitin Gravestalker here and kind of hope. And if they have like a spin out, okay, that's good. They can't actually. Oh, I guess they can attack me with the Grim Javelineer, huh? Yeah, we're gonna have to take this, sadly. Okay, so that is good. So let's play Wreckage Wickerfolk. I like both of those cards. I think I want the land more because I want to just be able to play the Ketrodon next turn. So let's play Night Market. Use this for black. And then right now we're just trying not to die. So we're just going to chill. 3 cards in hand for the opponent, but we're on the back foot and we basically need to stabilize. And if we can't, we're in a lot of trouble. Okay, we're in a lot of trouble. Jesus. I guess I should have blocked the Javelineer. Alright. They're at max speed. Alright, well, hopefully that Siphon Fuel was kind of all they had left because this is kind of our last stand here on defense. If they kill this, I have to... Yeah, I mean, it's just... This is one of those, like, if you have a removal spell, you have a removal spell, right? If not, then I can stabilize. Risen Necroregent, okay. Well, that's really, really bad for me. I just feel like every turn I'm just like, oh yeah, that's really bad for me. I just need to kill that right away. Look, if they had a removal spell for the Ketrodon, they would have used it, so... Guidelight Synergist. Okay, we have stabilized to some degree. We have stabilized. Good. All right. I think it's just Broodheart Engine and get back the other Ketrodon. And basically now we're just on the don't die plan. We're at 10 life. We have 2 6/6 reach creatures, and they're going to be digging. And then we'll use the Wreckage Wickerfolk to dig ourselves. We used the 1 spin out that we had. They kept the card on top. We'll see what it is. Pride of the Road. That gives double strike. Okay. Yep, that's good. Dang, that's brutal. Man, this deck's really annoying. I feel like we have a much... Well, no, not really. This is the issue now. They have all these static cards, and I guess I really wish I traded my Chitin Gravestalker for the Grim Javelineer. I don't want to take 6. Yeah, you get to Surveil, but... They kept on top. Not a good sign for us, of course. I suppose I'll keep the Gravestalker. Holy cow, a Dune Drifter? Okay, we are super dead. Alright. Well, this is how you draft a black-white deck. Let's cycle. And we lose. Alright. Yeah, they just had a really solid start. And once at maximum speed, like, I'm able to block things very well, but if they play like a really good payoff like Risen Necroregent on max speed, My deck is super soft to that, especially once they got it back. So, yeah. Great aggressive black-white deck from the opponent. A little too much for us to handle. All right, let me go first. Cool. Okay. Well, at least we have a good hand. Turn 1 Scurryfoot, probably cycling the Ketrodon. And I will run out the Scurryfoot. Ooh. I think it's actually better to play Night Market here for blue. In case I draw one of my 2 blue cards, and it's a tap land. Sundial is the play from the opponent, and ooh, starting column. Alright, let's get Scurryfoot in. They can just kill it with the Scrap Compactor, but then I can get it back with Carrion Cruiser if that's their plan. Nobody likes a Scurryfoot being on the battlefield, I will tell you right now. They're just gonna be like, screw that thing, I'm gonna kill it now. They can obviously wait on it as well. But what if I play an Ancient Tomb? Or a City of Traders? I would much prefer if they killed it, to be honest. Dang. Alright. This thing is not blocking, so let's get to 2 speed! So we're probably going to take 6 damage here if they play a creature. Although I will say, it is also very likely that they kill my Scurryfoot here, right? It just... You can't just give me a 2-2 and a 3-3 this turn, I don't think. So... But we'll see. Like, next turn I go Dismal Backwater, make a 3-3 and a 2-2, and then, you know... Oh, they didn't! Hey, you know what? That's fine by me. Alright, so this is actually really interesting too, because I'm at 11 life, and they're clearly going with a very, very aggressive line here. I might want to just play Hazard of the Dunes, actually, and just kind of prevent them from hitting me, and then we'll go Dismal Backwater. And the way that I look at it here is, if they have a removal spell, which would be bad for me, I should have maybe attacked here. Yeah, I should have attacked. Oh, what am I thinking? Wait, no, I couldn't. They played the Disciple. If they kill this somehow... Then I can run out the Ketrodon and not have to worry about that dying. They're 1 mana away from killing this. Now, they can actually activate the Crew the Air Response unit and then kill my Hazard of the Dunes after first strike, but like I'm okay with that too. Oh no, it doesn't have first strike, does it? It's got like Flying and Vigilance. It's just bad. If they have +2/+2, good job. I don't know. Yeah, this is... I'm cool with this. Maybe they don't have a choice, you know what I mean? And another Sundial, so I guess they didn't lose too much there. But they have 1 card left. They didn't have a real clean way to kill Hazard of the Dunes. So I'm feeling pretty good about just running out the Ketrodon next turn, just given how this turn played out. Like, if they had to flood the engine, they would have flood the engine, the Hazard, and attack me. But they didn't. Or Ride Zen, for that matter. Alright, drew Spin Out, my 1 interactive spell, which is great. Let's go Ketrodon. And I think this is the big turn, right? Like, if they don't have an answer to the Ketrodon, which I don't anticipate unless they top deck it, I guess they could have a bounce spell. If they don't, then this is kind of where I get to turn things around. Next turn I can go Carrion Cruiser, get back Hazard of the Dunes, keep up Spin Out. There's just a lot of ways for me to kind of stabilize this board. And this is part of what makes green so tough to play against, particularly if you're like a blue-white evasion deck. Just all the premium creatures all have reach. Okay. Ooh, they could play Guylite Pathmaker, 6 mana. Canyon Vaulter. Yeah, that doesn't do anything. And yep, we have officially stabilized. So let's go ahead and play Carrion Cruiser, because we're at least guaranteed to get back Hazard of the Dunes here. Okay, Hazard of the Dunes, and I guess there's nothing really I want to spin out, so maybe I'll just play out a Legak. Right? Just play things to play things. Because, you know, getting to maximum speed and cracking the starting column at some point is also pretty relevant, so... Alrighty, so they're empty-handed. They're top decking here. Our hand is still pretty excellent. They made a 1/1 here, which doesn't do much. And now it is my turn. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? I have access to 6 mana, which means I can go Wreckage, Wickerfolk, plus Hazard of the Dunes. I also have the option to make things off of the Scurryfoot, but I don't really care about that. Alright, let's go with Wreckage, Wickerfolk. Just another thing that can block. Don't want land. Do I really want the Wreckage Wickerfolk here? Nope, I don't think I want it. Let's go Hazard of the Dunes. We're at 16 life. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. Just because I have a good set of blockers here, I am going to crew the Carrion Cruiser with the Scurryfoot, then saddle the Lagak, and then start attacking. So let's crew this. And I still have 3 blockers. I'm at 16. Let's get to max speed and try to find some action too. It just this is just a really tough block for them, right? Like Carrion Cruiser, they can just block with any random dork. And I only really care about getting to maximum speed. Voyager Quick Welder does not do much. Alright, there is another land for us. What do I want to do now? So the Carrion Cruiser can't attack. I think I'm just gonna activate the Scurryfoot now. Keep up Spin Out. Attack with the Lagak again, get to maximum speed, and then maybe end of turn crack the column. I don't know, I actually don't know if I should have played a land there. I guess there's no reason to sack it end of turn until I have, like, lands to throw away, right? So there is that as well. And who knows, maybe they block with 2 things to not let me get to maximum speed. Alright. Yeah, like, the thing is, I still have stuff to do with my mana, so I don't feel the need to use the starting column just yet, unless they try to kill it. Gear Seeker Serpent, okay. Alright, I will let them spend all their mana next turn. I feel like that's probably best. I'm at 16, they're at 18. Ooze Patrol is not bad, although it's not huge right now. I'm wondering if there are other attacks I can make now. Like, can I attack with Hazard of the Dunes? Yeah, this is not the most mana efficient. Like, I don't... Like, am I supposed to run out Ooze Patrol right now? It's just not going to be particularly big. Maybe I should save it? Yeah, the only way I lose is through this Serpent, so let's just kill it. Alright. Ooh, another Ketrodon. Alright, I'm at 16 life here. Yeah, I'm happy trading the Ketrodon for 2 things at this point with this board. Do I attack with Hazard of the Dunes as well? No, just because I can spend a bunch of mana and they make a weird block. Actually, maybe I should. I'm gonna play another Ketrodon anyways. Honestly, clearing the board, losing some of my creatures when I'm so ahead on resources seems totally fine, just because that also makes my Ooze Patrol bigger and makes my Chitin Gravestalker cheaper to play. That is totally fine. Another Ketrodon. Green, ladies and gentlemen. Green. All right. Okay. They've had enough. They've had enough. Totally fair. Totally fair. Yeah, I mean, they had like a blue-white artifacts deck, but like they were missing a lot of the good signpost cards too. I think it was just going to be... It was just a really tough matchup for them, especially considering I just got to play a bunch of Ketrodons. All right, 3-1. Let's keep this rolling. Alrighty, we are sitting at rank number 4. Can we crack number 3 if possible? Okay, good hand here. We are on the draw, but this is a good hand on the draw. We have turn 1 Engine Rat into the Venom Sac Lagak, so I do like that. If they try to run us over, well, we got the answer. There is a Dynamite Diver turn 1. Well, I will block. And you know what? They're probably happy with that trade too. So, the thing is, what I don't want is to have a Venom Sac Lagak in play as well. So I imagine there's going to be an attack. Yep, Sarcophagus. Oh man, they even get to still level up here. So good aggressive start here from the opponent. Blue card is the worst possible draw for us. Play the Lagak, and now we're kind of playing the game of trying to not let them get to maximum speed here. So I will block if they attack me, I think. They didn't attack me. Wow. What do I want to do here? I think I'm just going to pass. We'll chill. Interesting. Oh, Grim Bauble. So they just drew it this turn. Okay. Sure. Here's my thing. Like, do I run out the Ketrodon? I feel like I wait, right? Just because I'm going to play the Gravestalker this turn anyways. So, you know, next turn, if I absolutely need to find something to play, then I will cycle it, because let's say I need a black source here, but otherwise, this is still an okay spot. Now, they missed the land drop, I think, and red-black actually matches up very well against the green-based decks. Now, I can't complain about my start. It was totally fine here. And these engine decks are problematic because I have so few removal. Yeah, whatever. I mean, look, that was going to get me anyways. So they spend their turn, they have a 3-2, and we just keep playing things. Alright, so now we're in a spot where land is good, and spells are also fine. Oh, they got to maximum speed. That's really annoying. So now they have a 4-4. So they get to attack me, and I have to trade. Okay, I mean, look, ideally, like, my late game is going to be a little bit better than my opponent's, but that's not 100%. We're playing a bunch of large creatures, and they still have 6 cards in hand, and we know that they're all spells, so this is still going to be a tough spot. But them running out Wreckage Wickerfolk is not bad, just because, you know, given what they've played, I feel like it could have been much, much worse for us. All right, 13. Hey, look, we're hitting hard. Look, you know, if they had a removal spell, would they have used it there or just play the Wreckage Wickerfolk? I don't know. They could have a Siphon Fuel here now or Crash and Burn, so Ketrodon can certainly die. Risen Neck. God, why does everybody have that card? Just tilts me to no end. Whatever, they're at 13. All right, they're at 8. Come on. Back. Oh, gosh. That's gross. That is truly gross. That was like my one removal spell too. They're at 8 life. Let's see what they do. I need to keep the board somewhat clean. But Risen Necroregion is one of the best payoff cards for being max speed, and we can potentially lose to it twice. Right. I don't have the blue sources for Riverchurn Monument. So I just don't think that's how I'm going to win. I need double blue here. So let's mill that. I'll keep Ooze Patrol just because it's so massive. All right, let's play another one. Hazard of the Dunes? It's weird because, like, I need to play it now. Like, how do I do this? So Ketrodon can attack. These get in the air. If I just want to play the Ooze Patrol, then I should mill this anyways, just to have an even bigger Ooze Patrol. Sure. Like, I feel like if the game goes longer with the Risen Necro region in play, I'm a pretty big dog. Oh my gosh. Sky Sovereign? What the hell? Ooh, okay. Okay. We were bound to play against some good decks. And yep, we have played it. We are paired against the good deck here. Man, what I would love. Oh, you know what I have that actually gives me an out here? Greenbelt Guardian. Greenbelt Guardian gives me an out. What a good deck, though. Jeez. They even have the back on track to get it back somehow. Love it. Our victory, yeah. We are so dead. They also left all their mana up. That can't possibly be good for us. Okay. So they didn't search for something? Yeah, we'll see how this goes. Oh, they wanted to survey. Wait, you... I guess their thought process is they can use the Hour of Victory next turn to get the removal spell that they need. So, sure. This thing's made them like 4 tokens, by the way. It's Grave Titan. I even tried so hard, but it didn't matter. Like, they went... You know what I mean? Like, I blocked everything. I tried so hard to prevent them from getting to maximum speed. They had a really good good setup there. Wait, did they just... bin spin out? Wait, what happened here? What is this? Did they use spin out? Did they? Yeah, I don't know. Wow. So they must have another removal spell here, right? Just because, like, if they're gonna crew this and attack me, that's super aggressive. I think my opponent has the case of, oh my gosh, I have so much power. What do I do? You know what I mean? It's like, I just have so much good stuff. I do not know what to do with all of this power that has been bestowed upon me. I think that's what's happening here. So look, they can find a way to kill Ooze Patrol. I think Greenbelt Guardian is like my best out here, and we haven't milled it yet. So wait, the old post-combat house squad heavy into end right. Okay, Greenbelt Guardian. Nope. I'm at 13. Forest was not ideal. Island, at least an island. You know what I mean? At least an island. If I don't die here, there is still a world. Well, they can sack the Hour of Victory, but I don't know, like, why haven't they been doing it? But also, they have a House Squad Heavy in their deck. What? Dang, double Risen Necro Region. This is like the best Rakdos deck I've seen. Wait, what's going on here? Oh my gosh! That's insane! Chandra's Ignition? Oh man. GG's. GG's. What can I... Oh, you know what? That was actually a good draw. Can I back on track something that literally wins me the game on the spot? Doesn't seem like it. Wow. Alright, I guess I get back a Ketrodon. Because I'm at 1. I'm still dead, by the way. They remember, they still have Hour of Victory. Remember yesterday's deck where I had the 6 rare Is It monstrosity? Well, we're running into the 6 rare Is okay. So they literally forgot that they have Hour of Victory in play. This is what's happening. Because if they search for something, I would die. So now I'm like afraid to hover over the Hour of Victory because that's going to tell them, that's going to show them that I know that they have that. If they saddle up or crew up the Sky Sovereign and attack and kill my 1/1, I have to block, so. Let's let our opponent have some fun. You know what I mean? You got a Sky Sovereign in play. You want to milk it. There you go. There you go. Alright, I'm at 3. I think they just remembered our victory. Nope. Nope. Alright. GG's. That was a good deck. Dang. Okay. Man, I was hoping this this run would go a little bit better for us, but it's a little bit brutal here. 3 and 2 here. Alright. Alright, okay, we are on the play here. Do like this hand. 2 Swamps, a Forest, Wicker Folk, Greenbelt Guardian. Colors are they? Night Market. Okay. Let's get the Guardian out there. Just represents potentially the most damage. But if they play a 2-drop, obviously I can't attack. So it's close, right? Oh! They might be a push to limit deck. They definitely might be. Let's attack. And I don't care about the Brutal Engine as much. I'm gonna play the Wreckage Wickerfolk and just make sure I can find a land next turn. And Ooze Patrol will go into the graveyard here. Yeah, we'll keep the island though. I just want to make sure that I have more action here. Pace Setter Paragon, okay. So they're not going to block. Unless, oh yeah, they're not going to block. That's fine. And then we just go hazard. Okay, this is just a beatdown hand. Beatdown hand. Like the Greenbelt Guardian's basically unblockable here. So they're Jund with a Pace Setter Paragon? I don't know what's happening here. I'm assuming it's some kind of weird cycling deck. Scrap Compactor. So that's going to kill the Greenbelt Guardian. Okay. Sure, but we still get to attack with the 2 creatures on the right. No land here. Okay. Yep. And we're just beating down. Look, here's a 5/4. Here's a 5/4. Just non-stop pressure. Forest would be a nice draw, so I can play these 2 cards on the left. There you go. It's got a crew cost of 2. Interesting. So that actually makes it... I cannot attack with Hazard of the Dunes. So I will attack with Chitin Gravestalker. Wreckage Wickerfolk. They probably need to block still, is my guess. Okay. Still putting pressure on here, which is important. And now we're in a position where we can just, if we draw land, the Ketrodon is good, and then we can also reanimate like Ooze Patrol out of the graveyard. So we'll see what the best line is for us. But we are still kind of putting a lot of pressure on the opponent with a good board. Crash and Burn, Hazard of the Dunes is done. Okay. Dismal Backwater. Interesting. I really want to find a play this turn. So I'm actually going to put this in the graveyard because I would rather draw an untapped land here. And if I don't, I can maybe do something else. All right, so let's go Wreckage Wickerfolk. Wait, let me make sure. Yeah. Now I can get back Ooze Patrol. That thing is gigantic, right? It'll be at least a 5/5. Yeah, let's do that. No, 6/6, because I have an artifact in my graveyard. Oh, River Churn Monument, sure. Look, getting a 7/7 in play when my opponent's on the back foot here seems definitely worth. So that's what we're going to do. Venom Sack Legak, though, is quite good. Okay. Okay. They are doing a really good job of staying alive. And cycling a bunch of nonsense. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of annoying, I will say. That's definitely annoying. All right, this is all we got. Wow, run over? Oh, that's gross. Another chariot? What is happening? Wow, they are doing a fantastic job of stabilizing here. Dang. I just drew Carrion Cruiser, which is really nice. Turn a creature or vehicle card from your graveyard. Oh my gosh, what do I do? It might be Greenbelt Guardian for the trample. Yeah, I don't mind that actually. The thing is, they can return all of those things. Kind of a problem. Three cards in hand for the opponent. Thunderhead Gunner. Goodness. I will say, props to my opponent. This is an awesome deck that they drafted. Plow through? Okay. Alright. Okay. Wow, this is brutal. Holy cow. Okay, do we have a lethal attack, actually? I gotta think here. So they block two things. Spin out! That was good. I need to kill the gunner, I think. So let me see. If I crew the Carrion Cruiser and attack with everything, they activate the chariot, and then let's say I kill the gunner. They don't... Oh, no, they don't take lethal. Oh, man, this is brutal. Actually, I can just attack with Greenbelt Guardian and see what they do. So now the question becomes, do I just pump the Greenbelt Guardian? Or do I kill the Crypt Chariot? How much damage is that if they... Okay. Alright, let's just exhaust. And then, then this way I can use spin out on the gunner. Rotting Mako. Cycle. Okay. Man, this is really... Like, they've done a really good job of stabilizing here. I like... Props to my opponent. Yeah, this is awesome. Just really awesome. Okay. So my plan here is like Wreckage Wickerfolk, I guess. That's like spin out here. And then one in the air. And play this. Okay. Very close one. Very, very close one. I still have a couple of mana sinks in play. Kite and Gravestalker was a good draw. They drew a land. Okay. So they can crew this. So I don't have a good attack with the Gravestalker. Ranger's Refueler was an awesome draw here. So let's activate the Scurryfoot. Drew a land. No good attacks yet, other than just my Wreckage Wickerfolk. The next turn, I think I have a lethal attack. Venom Sack again. Okay, so they have 4 blockers. I have Like I crew this, they block. Okay, well, you know what? Let's draw first and see what we draw. Hazard of the Dunes. I'm at 19 life. So if they block, if I play Hazard of the Dunes and use these two to crew these two on the right, a 2-power creature and a 3-power creature gets blocked. So I think that's lethal. Let me just double check. They can block 4 things, right? They can block 4 things. One sec. Night Market, that's not great. Oh, I don't have a lethal attack. What am I doing? Oh my gosh. Oh, that was bad. All of my big creatures get blocked. And they can double strike. Did I mess this up? I should have just played Hazard of the Dunes. Okay, you know what? I was running out of time. And that was just me not playing this well. Alright. Okay, I have a lethal attack next turn. That was so unbelievably bad. Okay, they drew a land. They got flooded. Okay, we got this. Oh my gosh. Paul. Alright. Oh, Engine Rat too? Yeah, that's even better. Whew! Okay. I don't know why I played this game so badly. Alright. Just scoop him up! Okay. Whew! Alright. Got that one done. That was a really close one. If they drew Push to the Limit, or whatever that card is, that would have been bad. Back to rank 5. Had fun. And let's keep going. 4 and 2. Alrighty. Rank 5. Sitting at 4 and 2. Opponent on the play. We drew the Monument. That's for later on. One with an island. Ooh, never mind. Maybe it's for right now. Alright, let's play the Hollow. I just feel like it's a... I'm mapping out my first few turns, and I just feel like I'm going to be needing that every turn. Ooh, spin out as well. Don't think playing the Scurryfoot's particularly strong here. I think just getting the engine going is pretty good. Just being able to surveil every single turn. Like, I'm not even interested in actually activating this, but being able to surveil every single turn seems good. Stock up. Okay. Hey, you know what? I don't mind playing that game, given that I have the Broodheart, the Riverturn Monument. But I still feel like I need to consider adding things to my board here. Carrion Cruiser is really, really interesting and a good source of value, so I think I'm going to keep that one. I don't care about killing the Skystreak Engineer just yet. And yeah, let's go Scurryfoot now. Then play the Monument as well. So we definitely have the tools with this hand to win without the Monument. And I think that's probably what I'm going to be focusing my attention on right now. Probably just like getting in as much damage as I can and playing accordingly. Now, if they play something I absolutely have to kill, then I will go like spin out into Riverturn Monument, I guess. But we'll see. Marauding Mako is very interesting. Oh, and Monument to Endurance. Okay. Don't think I want the land. Actually, maybe a land's not too bad here. Yeah, I'll keep the land, actually. I feel like not getting the land is kind of greedy. Like, this is totally fine. The question now is just a matter of, given that they have the Monument in play, kind of like, how do I want to approach this? I actually like killing the Mako here, and then just milling them. Like, the Mako is going to be very good right now, right? So, Let's just do that. And the reason why I kept the land is now I can go Hazard of the Dunes plus River Churn Monument on the following turn as well. And I don't really care if they kill my Scurryfoot. Like, I have the Carrion Cruiser to get it back if I need. But I feel like now that the Monument's in play, I need to play the game of getting the River Churn Monument going as quickly as I can. And they might honestly be on the burn plan here. We'll see. Nope, they're on the card draw plan. And honestly, the River Churn Monument is not even that much of a threat right now until I find the blue source. Wow, they found another Mako. Okay. There's not that many things that cycle for 1 blue, so... And this is a situation where I should probably mill both sides. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Given that I have a bunch of things. There's a... Oh, wow. Double Monument to Endurance deck. Nice. I don't want this one. Did I mill a blue source? No. Okay. Back on track is pretty interesting. So what do I want to do now? I think it's just play Hazard of the Dunes. And then just continue to mill both sides. Looks like a cycled something or another. Yep. I think they're probably going to keep trying to dig here. I mean, this Monument to Endurance is a fantastic card. Six cards in graveyard for the opponent. And my plan here, or my hope, the thing is they've drawn 1 million cards. My hope is just I have what it takes to just not just roll over and die. This deck is absolutely ridiculous, by the way. It is way better than the deck that I played earlier, yesterday. It's got double Monument to Endurance, double Mako, and the Scrounging Skyray. That's kind of outrageous. Look at these triggers. I mean, this is just the dream. And my deck just doesn't have that much removal, so we'll see what happens here. Alright, so now they're on the drain plan. And they're going to be able to kill me very, very quickly. I really am going to need to find a way to find another blue source here to exhaust the River Churn Monument. At the same time, I should still just be targeting both players because I have Migrating Ketrodons. I milled one of my blue sources there. Chitin Gravestalker is interesting, but I don't know that that's the card that I want here. So I'm going to... It's a 1 mana card that is large, but like I can just Scurryfoot instead. So let's just do that. I really want to find a second blue source if possible. There it is. There it is. They have 16 cards in the graveyard. I need to find a land with the Broodheart Engine. Because I can play Starting Column, but that just puts me potentially dead to a lot of different things. Ooh, this is really close. I gotta think about this turn. I can also just Broodheart Engine something back, right? But there's nothing that's that great. The problem is if I Starting Column, they draw for turn 15, 11. Yeah, I need to mill them as well. Oh man, I needed those lands. Well, I thought this cost 1 mana. What happened? Oh, I messed that up, actually. I actually messed that up. Oh my gosh, that is a disaster. Why did I think this cost 1 mana? Was that a previous game? Oh no. Oh no. Well, okay. So the good thing about Carrion Cruiser is no matter what, I can block the Mako. I am very close to dying. This might just be it, though. We'll see what they do. Just gonna block the Mako. Because I don't want to crew and then have them kill my cruiser. Alright, yeah, I'm just gonna need a land here. And I've been milling both sides, too, which is the kind of annoying part here. We just haven't been able to... We hit all of our lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So, not a lot of lands left in our deck. There is a Diversion Unit. Okay. And a Guidelight Optimizer. Okay, 10 cards in Graveyard. Oh, they don't die. They don't actually die. Wow, really, really heads up play from the opponent here. Okay, we drew the land. Okay, now the Gravestalker costs 1 mana. Oh, this is brutal. Did I hit a Ketrodon? I did. They have 3 cards. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. Because I can't kill them. Alright, Ketrodon's in play. We play the Gravestalker. They need to kill us, and I have 2 blockers. And this is all I got. They have 5 lands? Okay. Well, I think I played this... like, I tried my best here to stay alive here. And let's just hope that they don't have a lethal attack. I'm going to block the Scrounging Skyray and the Marauding Mako. And I will take 5 damage. And I will be able to mill their entire deck. And it's just a matter of what they have in their hand. For what it's worth, I do think we're extremely likely to be dead here. Yep. Night Market. Okay. It's going to be 3 damage to me for sure. Yep. I just need to hope they don't draw another Cycler. Flood the engine. Okay, we'll screw. Oh my gosh, they scooped! I guess the cards in their hand didn't cycle. I cannot believe we won that game. Oh, man. Riverturn Monument targeting ourselves to be able to get a cheaper Chitin Gravestalker was big. Wow, that was exactly enough, too. Oh, my goodness. They had an insane deck, too. Wow. I am reeling from that one. I thought for sure I was dead. Riverturn Monument. What a card, huh? What a card. Alright, we got the double blue here. I'm going to keep this. I don't have a 2-mana creature, but I do have this Broodheart Engine, which can hopefully help me find what I need. This is certainly going to be a 2-drop. Guidelight Optimizer, okay. And yeah, we got the engine going. We have a couple of Chitin Gravestalkers. Almost certainly going to cycle one of them. So between the Surveil, I'm hoping that I find a legal play here. That is not quite a legal play. That is an engine rat. I might need to find a spin out here, which is why I'm doing this. Alright, well this is a really good aggressive start. Turn 3 Synergist. I do have a lot of good reach creatures, so I'm hoping to find one. I have like... oh my gosh, Salvation. Man, we are running into some absolutely ridiculous decks. We are running into some insane decks. Like, look at... what? I need to draw my 1 spin out, I guess. Oh my goodness. I guess I have... what is this crew cost on this? 6? I guess I... like, they can very likely crew this next turn. I think I need to play an Engine Rat, which feels bad, obviously. But I think what I'm going to do here is cycle the Gravestalker and look for a spin out. I need to get this engine off the battlefield, I think. Oh, gosh. Wait, why didn't they want to target the Salvation Engine, saddle that, or crew that in attack? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But it is what it is. Starting column doesn't get it done. And that is a Ketrodon. Yeah, I can't play it this turn, but I can play it from my graveyard. So we will do that. Let's get Ketrodon in play. Hey, that blocks. That blocks. It is a legal game action. No! Oh, gosh. Oh, man. Okay. Man, like, if they had a way to just straight up destroy it, that would be great, because then I can reanimate it, but now I'm just, like, in trouble again. So I go to 4, and I can just, like, okay. Broodheart Engine, find me something good, I guess. Spin out. Ooze Patrol will not get it done. Yikes. All right, well, we tried our best. You know, Riverturn Monument did its absolute best to get us out of this, but we just did not have a good answer to... we did not have a good answer to turn 3 Synergist into turn 4 Salvation Engine. Good beats, right? Oh, with Flood the Engine, and then now a trip up, so... Yeah, I mean, this is just an instance where, like, they had a really good curve on the play. My deck... Like I mentioned before, the biggest hole is lack of removal, and that obviously we felt it here. Like, we can lean on reach creatures and death touch to a certain extent, but obviously we needed just a little bit more removal. I guess we at least finished on lucky number 7. So, you know, there were a couple of instances, you know, maybe I should have taken a Siphon Fuel, right? Maybe I should have taken that. Just because it's kind of a necessary evil given my deck. Like, I just had the spin out. You know, Broken Wings, Siphon Fuel. Like, you want a couple. The thing is, I don't like overdoing it on removal either. But I feel like maybe 2 more spot removal spells over any of my creatures would have likely been better. I still like my decision to take Engine Rat over, I believe, the first Siphon Fuel. But I think maybe because of the needs of my deck, I think I probably should have just taken, even though it's a much worse card, I should have taken a Siphon Fuel over one of my Ooze Patrols, I think. I think that was the card that was in question, and that would have certainly helped. Just because our losses, a lot of them were attributed to just things that were on the battlefield that I couldn't remove. And there, if I had a Siphon Fuel for the Guidelight Synergist, that certainly would have helped. And, you know, maybe I could have looked for a Broken Wings as well. But all in all, still pretty happy with kind of how this played out. Our deck wasn't busted by any means. I mean, this deck was like 80% commons, but we leaned heavily on some of the Signpost cards. The Broodheart Engine back on track with the Ketrodon. You know, we didn't have the Broodwagon. We won a lot of really close games. And then the splash on the Riverturn Monument was absolutely worth, as it allowed us to win a lot of the kind of more grindy matchups. And that happens a lot in this format. So this is just kind of the mirror breaker. And so I think it's absolutely worth splashing, as long as you have a responsible mana base, which I think we did. We had 5 blue sources here in the deck, still with 9 green and 8 black. So I think everything worked out pretty well. And honestly, going into this draft, I would have guessed basically 4 or 5 wins with this deck as well. So 5-win finish, nothing to be too upset about. We got our gems back, but of course we need to win way more than we lose in order to continue maintaining a high rank. But lucky number 7, we are in the single digits, hoping we can continue this run as we continue our road to rank 1. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, as I truly do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you've enjoyed this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That is patreon.com/paulcheon. Also, make sure you check out TCGplayer.com for all of your TCG singles and sealed product needs. Make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. And last but certainly not least, check out heavyplay.com for all of your TCG product needs. You need deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, all that good stuff to make sure you're ready for your next Magic the Gathering tabletop event. heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.